Hello and welcome to the Heart Hook Home Video Crochet Podcast Series. My name is Ashley. I am your host and the voice and crochet designer behind hearthookhome.com. Today we are going to be discussing several new designs that are out on Heart Hook Home or from Heart Hook Home, and whether those are recently published as of yesterday or those that will be published very soon, as in the cardigan that I am wearing and the cardigan that Catherine is modeling here. Before we get into this new cardigan that is the March Cardi, I wanted to talk about the pattern that I released yesterday that is absolutely gorgeous. I want to have you or give you enough time to where you actually can whip up several of these if you choose to do so. So you know that March is St. Patrick's Day, March 17th. And that's something that historically I have always, I don't know, it's like the morning of the 17th I wake up and I'm like, I'm going to wear red today, or I'm going to wear blue, and I always forget to wear green, and I always get pinched, and I just hate it. Not gonna lie, I just really dislike being pinched. So I decided to whip up these adorable shamrocks, right, that we can either wear, we can put on a scarf as an applique, put on a sweater, pin it to yourself. I mean, just so that you're wearing green, right? I did whip up some tiny ones that I turned into earrings, so let's take a look. So when I thought, you know, shamrocks, perfect for St. Patrick's Day, right? We have these adorable little shamrocks. Aren't they cute? These are the earrings that I decided to whip up. I'll show you those here in just a moment, but I wanted to talk about the actual design of the shamrock itself. So these shamrocks, let me hold just one. I have three here. Kind of hard to see when they're all stacked together. So here we have these adorable little shamrocks, right? Aren't these cute? I love them so much. So all I did was I created, you know, I got to thinking and I thought, you know, the shamrocks really are just a heart shape. 1, 2, 3 heart shapes that are sewn together and with a stem. I tried to make it into a 4-leaf clover, but it just looked really crowded and it just didn't fit right. So I whipped up several of these cute little things, and seriously, this is only 2 rows. Each leaf is only 2 rows. You can kind of see how this is 1 row here on the inside, and then this is the 2nd row on the outside, and then you attach these 3 together and boom, that's it. They're very quick to work up. I decided to use the same exact pattern with a smaller hook size using the embroidery floss from DMC, right? Look at this. Aren't those adorable? I love them so much. So this is 2 different sizes. The darker green here, let me hold this one out. The darker green here is the DMC number 905, and I just know that because I stared at it so many times while I was making it. But this one is a 3.2 or 2.25 millimeter hook, right? So it's a B 2.25 millimeter. I feel like I'm calling bingo. And it's about 3.5 inches across, right? This one, I used a 1 millimeter hook, which I believe is a size 12 hook. This one turned out to be just over 2 inches wide. So if you are one like me, like I don't wear a lot of jewelry, I just don't. This, the green ones feel a little bit big, but honestly, when you're thinking of St. Patrick's Day, it's like a lot of people wear really flashy things, and I don't want to, I'd say it's kind of similar to Mardi Gras in that it's kind of a little bit over the top, you know what I mean? Like very fun, very party-ish, you know? But yeah, I feel like for St. Patrick's Day, a lot of accessories are either like super go big or go home, you know what I mean? And or go big or get pinched, I guess would be a good way to say that. These are super cute and they're super quick to work up too. So they would be really easy to make a bunch of these and string them together to use as a garland to hang up in a classroom. If you are a teacher or you have teacher friends or teachers in your family, would be super cute to do that. Or just to wear like I'm wearing here, you could pin one to your shirt. You could sew them onto a scarf so that you're wearing green, use them as a coaster, do whatever you want with them, but I think that these are absolutely adorable and they are so quick to work up too. So you've got 3 weeks or so before St. Patrick's Day, so whip up some of these if you do. Let me know what you think. I absolutely love these little shamrocks. You know, I kind of think maybe I should use the heart pattern for Valentine's Day next year and just have little heart earrings. How cute would that be? Even faster than the shamrock since you only need 1 of them. So whip up a shamrock, share a picture with me so that I can see how adorable they are. All right, so let's talk for a few minutes about my wildly ambitious goal of publishing 1 new wearable pattern every month for the year of 2022. So here we are at the end of February, which means that I have published 2 patterns so far, as far as the wearable count goes, right? It's my goal. In January, I published the color block sweater, which has been wildly popular, and it's wonderful to see all of these pictures of these color block sweaters. You can make them in 1 color, you can make them in 3 colors, you can make them in 10 colors. You could do anything you want, right? Even a scrap sweater would be really pretty. I think that would be absolutely stunning. For the color block, there are child sizes all the way through 5XL in adult, and there is a video tutorial as well. For February, the first week of February, I published the Maisie cardigan, which is a very open, airy shell stitch that works up. It's very feminine. It's got such a great drape to it. It just feels really good on. For March, we have the Lorraine Cardi. The Lorraine Cardi is named after my late grandmother, and it is absolutely stunning. Part of what I wanted for the Lorraine Cardi is I wanted it to be a vertically worked sweater because vertical lines are very slimming. I also wanted it to be very holey so that it could be a warm weather cardi as well. For this pattern, we have 2 options. We have the shorter version with the zipper here that I will show. I'm going to get on my chair here in a little bit and show you more in depth of this specific one here, and we have the longer one. I consider this one to be more of an evening cardigan because it's more it's longer, it has a different yarn, it's a little bit more, I don't know, I just feel like it's more chic or more elegant, and with the zipper and being shorter, I feel like this is more of a daytime cardigan and this is more of an evening cardigan, right? If that makes sense. You're kind of getting that vibe from it, right? So one of the things that I wanted to incorporate with this is I definitely wanted it to have the zipper. I thought that was a really cute idea. There is a different edging for this one than there is for this one as well. So one of the things that I kind of, you remember, I feel like I talk about it a lot, but I think it's really interesting that crochet patterns that have multiple options, like one that I'm thinking of off the top of my head is my Beach Waves tank top pattern. It can be a tank top, it can be a swimsuit cover-up, or it can be a full-length dress. And so I kind of call those my choose your own adventure crochet patterns because there's so many options and you can really, you know, customize it to what you yourself are desiring in your next wearable, right? So this one is going to be no different. So we have options for the length, we have options for the closure, we have options for the ribbing. If you wanted to use this ribbing on this style, that's perfectly fine. All of the options are included in this pattern PDF, and that will be coming out the first week of March. There will be a coupon code for that, and I want to mention that before I go any further. I have not created the coupon yet, but as soon as the pattern is published, I will create the coupon code, and I'm just going to do March. M-A-R-C-H for the month, the March Cardi. I would do Lorraine, but it's easy to misspell, or easier to misspell than March is anyway, right? So there will be a coupon code for this one as soon as this pattern is published, which will be the first week of March. If you have signed up for the email newsletter from Heart Hook Home, you will be alerted first, and I will include that coupon code as well. So I feel like 2022 is already going by really fast, and I don't know if that is just me staying super busy or if it's just the way that the world is right now. You know, they say the older you get, the faster time goes, and I always thought it was crazy, but it's absolutely the truth, right? So here we are already. I've already started working on the April pattern, which is going to be more of a one size pattern. There's going to be a one size, and so far as I have, you know, decided as of yet, there will be a plus size as well, but it's more of a one size fits most pattern instead of having multiple sizes sized out and, you know, mathed out and everything like that. So April is already in the works. May is one that I am super excited about because in previous podcasts, I have talked about men's styles, and someone had emailed me a few weeks ago and they asked me if I had any men's patterns, and I thought, okay, yeah. I mean, in my head, I'm like, oh, I've got several, and I went and looked, and the Cozy Co-Ed cardigan is really my flagship men's pattern. Like, that's really the only one that I have. And so about a week ago, my brother Forrest, who is the one that taught me how to crochet in the first place, he messaged me and he said, you know, I really want a men's crocheted sweater. I want to make myself a men's or crocheted sweater. I said, okay. He said, do you think we can collaborate on this design? And I thought, okay. So I'm trying to like wrap my head around what it is that he is asking, right? Which is perfectly fine. And I'm going to design men's patterns in 2022 anyway. I'm kind of thinking there might end up being 2, possibly 3. I'm kind of hoping for 3 because I really feel like I need that push. Men need crochet cardigans too, right? Young boys and men, and it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of them available. So I asked Forrest to work up a sketch of what he's envisioning. And so he sent me a sketch of a raglan style top down crocheted sweater that is 2 colors, 1 color for the sleeve and 1 color for the body, which I may try to incorporate that, or I may just try to do a solid color. And what's kind of also crazy to me is that my oldest son, who's 15, he's 6 feet tall and he's wearing men's extra large, and I'm like, how in the world is this happening? Kind of like how we talked about the time speeding up of the older you get. I think it's even exacerbated with your children, you know what I mean? Now that I'm looking up to my kid, like it's a little crazy, right? But I'll probably have him model the new men's sweaters for me. Might have to bribe him a little bit, but I thought, you know, have him pick out the color. I thought that this is going to be amazing. I'm really excited for the May pattern. So I'm going to already start working on stitches. Forrest would like to include some cabling, and that kind of scares me a little bit. That's going to take some really intense planning, as long as we find out the multiple of stitches that we need to end up with when we start the sleeve and when we start the body, right? Because remember, in the top down sweaters, we start at the neck and we work our way down and we pinch it off under the underarms and then go straight down, right? I think we've talked about this in a previous podcast. But he's wanting to include some cabling going down the arm and on the underarm here, just as, you know, just some little pizzazz, right? So I'm trying to think of how we're going to incorporate that, or if maybe that's just an option, because cables are kind of difficult, even just to crochet yourself, you know. Cables are they're not, I mean, they're not impossible, but they're not exactly fun either. And it would be considered a more advanced design element. And I would almost feel compelled to do a video tutorial for that pattern as well. So anyway, that's something that I am considering. And I also hope to do a men's style vest for publishing later on in the year. I just really want to incorporate more men's patterns here lately. And now that I have man-sized children, that's easier for me to do. So yeah, we're excited. May is going to be amazing, and so is June. I still have the uneven berry pullover that we've talked about in previous live videos. That is still on my hook. That is a oversized sweater that uses a fingering weight yarn. That's a very thin yarn. So it is taking a while to crochet, but is going to be absolutely worth it. I'm thinking that that one is going to be published later on this summer or early fall, so that we have those to crochet and to wear this winter. Right? So let me show you the other version of this Lorraine Cardi. Let me get on the stair or on my step stool here, and I'm going to show you the purple one that I'm wearing, because I absolutely love the way that this feels, right? I love the extra fabric that we've got here. It feels like a hoodie or like just a sweatshirt, right? There's a little bit of extra fabric at the bottom of the sleeves. Absolutely love it. I did add the zipper here, right? And you could, of course, leave it open if you wanted to, or you can, of course, zip it up. This is a 14-inch zipper. I kind of wish I would have done 12-inch, but I like the fact that it can go up farther if I want it to. Absolutely love this design. So I decided that this pattern, not only should it be worked vertically, but I wanted it to have nice open stitches so that it's nice and cool when it's really hot outside. So this pattern is worked vertically. So we are working in rows back and forth. It's a 4-row repeat where we've got crossed double crochet stitches, single crochets, and then this row here, which is the double crochet with a chain and a skip, and then double crochet, chain, skip, double crochet. So these really offer those vertical columns and a really open, airy stitch. When the wind hits just right, this is perfect for hot weather, right? Let me change into this one and I will show you the difference between these. Before I do that, note where this ends right at the top of my pockets, right? So it is a shorter cardigan than I normally design. Most of my designs are longer just to cover the bum. I don't know, it's just my preference, and that is what the yellow one is here. So let me change into that and I will show you the new. So here we have the yellow version, which is absolutely stunning. Do you see these vertical lines and how slimming they are? I absolutely love that. Let me get up on my stool and we will discuss the difference between the yellow and the purple. It's not really even a purple. I can't remember what color this is. This is using Shine Sport from We Crochet. Absolutely love that yarn. So here is the longer version. It feels like it's a bit more oversized just because it's open and there is no zipper. And I did feel like if I put the zipper on there, it would just really take away from the overall look of the entire cardigan. You can see how these lines are worked vertically. Absolutely stunning. This one comes in sizes extra small all the way up to 5XL, just like most of my patterns do. Absolutely love this design. This the sleeve is again a little bit long so that it has this nice bunched up effect. Also, important to note, you pull her forward, right? I have included 2 different options for the edging. So if you want to interchange these, like a choose your own adventure type of thing, absolutely, you can 100% do that. If you want to add a zipper to this one, absolutely you can do that. Just make sure it's long enough and make sure that you get a separating zipper, right? I've actually done that before where I got a zipper that wasn't separating and you have to put it on over your head because literally does not separate, right? Didn't think about it, right? Anyway, so you can customize it any way you want, right? So this one takes the front post, back post, crochet ribbing, and this one I used a single crochet in the back loop only because I thought that I don't know, with the open stitches like this and just to give it more options, I thought that'd be really, really cute. So for this one, I did do the bottom ribbing all across the bottom here, the entire bottom width of the cardigan, and then all the way up the inside edge like this, all the way around the neck and down the other side, and I absolutely love the way that this looks. The only sewing that we have to do on this entire cardigan is right here, and you can hardly even tell that there's even a seam there. So beautiful, right? That's the only sewing we have to do on the entire thing. There is no seaming, there are no seams. If you look, it's entirely seamless, right? On both sides. There is no seam on the underarm. Isn't that gorgeous? And like you can kind of see through it to the wall behind me. And let me tell you that it's a little bit heavy because of the weight of the yarn and the cardigan itself, but it's so lightweight in that the wind gets through it and it's perfect to wear in spring, summer, or fall, right? I feel like I should burst into song here. Yeah, so here we are with the Lorraine Cardi. When this pattern is published, I do plan on doing a live on the Facebook page. I wanted to do that in February, but it just did not happen. I had way too much going on. I tend to overcommit myself, if you haven't noticed. So yes, I just ran out of time at the beginning of February. I will try to do a live video on Facebook the day that I publish each of these new patterns. If you are on the Heart Hook Home email newsletter list, you will get a notification when this pattern is published, along with the coupon code that I am going to use, which is just going to be March, all caps, M-A-R-C-H. Easy peasy. I think I may try to do that for most of the months of the year, just have the month. We'll try, we'll see what happens. Also, you're going to be very excited about next podcast because I will have a very special guest with me. Actually, I will be somewhere else. So the environment will look different and my special guest will be with me and it's going to be amazing. You are not going to want to miss that one 2 weeks from today. And yeah, I'm super excited. Definitely work up some of your shamrocks. If you do make any of these shamrocks, especially the earrings with how cute those are, aren't they adorable? I just freaking love them. Share a picture with me. Either email me, Ashley@hearthookhome.com, or you can tag Heart Hook Home on Instagram or Twitter or anything like that, and I will see it and I cannot wait to see them. So you guys have a lovely rest of your weekend and I will talk to you next time on the Heart Hook Home Video Crochet Podcast Series. Thanks for watching.